Hey you guys, it is day 12. I was thinking about a time, Bailey was probably like 3 or 4 years old, and she had built this like rocket ship thing out of a box, how we've all done in our lives, and she told me that one day she was going to be a scientist and that she was going to fly to the moon. And I didn't think much about it. But I have watched her in her life when she makes up her mind with something be so proactive on what she wants. And ironically, we are in Florida right now, the twins and I, because Bailey in Boston last year as fifth graders. I know I've talked about this, but they did a science experiment that won them the opportunity to come and watch their science experiment launch into space. So this week we are here to watch their science project go, it's not going to the moon, but go up into the air. And I was thinking about it sitting in here in my hotel room by myself because the girls are in meetings for their project. And I was sitting here thinking about all the excuses why Bailey wouldn't be able to fulfill her dreams. And maybe that wasn't her biggest dream, but she had a dream when she was little to be a scientist and to one day fly to the moon. And in some way, she's already there. Like, just a few short years later, she's doing something amazing with her sister by her side, who also is a dreamer and who has goals for herself that I know that she's going to fulfill. But how many times in our lives, especially through trauma, do we tend to forget our dreams or forget things that were really important to us, or think that without something that maybe we've lost, that we're no longer worth anything or worth fighting for? So today our challenge is going to be to sit down and write your dreams, write your goals. And for maybe the first time in a long time, I want you to write them with the intent that you still have the power to achieve them. You still have everything inside of you. Even if your father was murdered when you were a little girl in kindergarten with your twin sister, and you had to go back to school, and people told you it was cool that he was shot, whatever your story is. My twins have a story, my other kids have a story, I have a story, and so do you. How has that story stopped you from having goals, having dreams? Or how has it stopped you from being able to live where you are right now? Saying, okay, maybe someday when I feel whole, I'm going to try again. How is it stopping you? And why are you letting it? I'm going to do this too. And it's not going to be easy, because a lot of times it's so easy to use that badge of honor as an excuse on why we can't move forward, why we can't do the things that used to bring us joy, whatever it is. We talked about this with exercise, but whatever it is for you today, if you were a little girl and one day you wish that you could just be a scientist, what's stopping you now? What's changed? Really, it's going to go back to, I think it was day 4 when we talked about those beliefs that come into our mind. If Bailey decided when her dad was killed that she was a loser, that she no longer was going to be able to achieve anything, she probably would have stopped trying. But she didn't. If you go a few videos back, there's a song that Bailey sings called Titanium. I want you to go back. That's another one of your assignments. Go back and listen to that song again. A girl who could have a million excuses, just like all of us could, singing a song about being strong. Because that's what we are. We're strong. We're stronger than we think. We're stronger than that moment told us we were. I know I've said it a million times, but those two brothers, the twins that I talk about, one identical twins, just like mine. One, his main excuse for being a druggie and all of these horrible things in his life was because his mom locked him in his closet when he was younger and used to beat him. Then they bring in the other brother. What's your story? Why are you the way that you are? You're successful. You're a doctor. You have this amazing family. Same story. Because when I was little, my mom used to beat me and lock me in the closet. And I knew right then and there that I was worth so much more than she was telling me that I was. So the stories aren't what define us. It's what we believe. One brother believed that he was going to be a loser and amount to nothing because of that moment telling him so. And the other brother believed that he was worth something and worth fighting for because of that moment telling him so. So what was your moment? And what is that moment keeping you from? Right now. Write it down. Say it out loud. Go in your car and drive for a while and just scream about it. Whatever it takes to get it out. What was that moment? Is it holding you back, or is it helping you to stand? Because that's what I see these twins of mine this week as I watch them be so confident in life. That's what I see in them. They took that moment and they said, nope, I'm in charge. That's my goal. That's who I want to be. That's who I'm going to be. And I hope that they do that every single time, because there's going to be more moments for each of us. There's going to be more moments for my twins where they maybe feel like they should give up. And I hope, like they did back then, that they keep choosing to move forward and fight for what they were sent to earth to be. And I pray that each of you will do the same. And I pray that I will do the same, because they've been my example sometimes. Because there's been so many days where I wanted to use it as an excuse, and there's been so many days where I have. So if you're like me and you've said, you know what, that moment wins today, you're not alone. But if you feel it inside of you that there's something you could be doing and that moment has been holding you back, today we let it go. First, we figure out what it was, what it is that we want to be, and where we want to go, and we make those changes right now. You can be everything that you want to be.